What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is the last minute fight day. Santos versus Ankalaev. Best prop picks that I'm gonna throw out you and take it with a grain of salt. I told you that I am not looking to go crazy with this card. I am thinking low key that this will be a fantastic card from the entertainment value. I think it didn't get the. Maybe it did. I don't know. I low key. I really love this card. I think it's gonna be. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a banger. There's gonna be a lot of finishes in this card. These are the type of cards where the fighters they want to bring it out. Actually, this is how they get their name out there, right? So, with that being said, it is fight day. It's Saturday. It's March 12th. It's going down whether you like it or not. I think I need this. It's a little break from everything from working. Been working too much. As you can see, didn't even shave. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Life is great. I'm alive. I hit the gym this morning really early, so I'm really proud of myself. Got a head start on life, if you will. Did a little bit of a tape study, preparing to record this video. And instead of going an hour and just boring you with breakdowns or whatever, let me review my picks that we hit in my other video. And if you didn't watch it, go ahead. It's a little bit more extensive. It's over an hour. But if you're looking for something quick, same day, this is the type of content that's probably will be reserved for I'm gonna call it the last minute. Last minute picks. That's it. That's all it is. It's just keep it simple, right? So let's go. This is the main event. We're gonna go from bottom and work ourselves way up. So let's do a quick review of my picks. We're just gonna stay right here and go from 1 to 14. And then I'm going to hit you with some lines from FanDuel, what I like. They're mostly going to be props. I will let you know. They're mostly over-unders, fight not going a distance, things like this. And then I'm going to hit you with a 3-leg parlay from DraftKings, which I will be playing. And that's it. So we're going to keep it relatively short, very quick. Let's go to the first fight. I told you that there's a lot of love out there for Azamat Murzakanov, rightfully so, considering everything that we saw. But I'm not fully convinced yet. I need to see him go out there and perform under the bright lights, and then I'll probably give him a little more respect. I think the matchup here is very decent. It's very fair, if you will. Tafon is a good welcoming fighter for Azamat, someone who came off Contender Series himself. He's a Contender Series alum. Since then, he's been in the fight game with the UFC for about 3 fights. Let me make sure I'm fact checking myself. Here's the Contender KO win into the head kick KO, and then he fought Jamie Pickett. He lost to Jun Young Park, mostly because of his inability to stuff the takedowns, and so that's definitely kryptonite. A little warning. Since then, I think he bounced back with some training, and I think it's gonna do him a lot going back to the 205 here. And I think it's gonna be very good for him not cutting. He is coming off with a little bit of a physicality, 6-footer, 77, so there's some advantage. And with that being said, especially with Azamat, Azamat is very patient, I mentioned. So with that, everything together, being that, both fighters are a little bit reserved. And Azamat, though, he will crack if he finds the range. So I'm hoping Tafon, keeps the distance as much as possible. So we're gonna go a pick here. I'm gonna go a pick. I'm not very confident here on this pick. This is not available for me at the current market in New York. But here there's 2 picks I'm gonna throw out you. The first pick is Azamat versus Tafon. Fight starts round 2. I don't have the market here, but it is what it is. In terms of the over-under, I also believe it might go over. So if you don't have the market line of fight starts round 2, go with the over 1.5. It's your next best thing. Now 2.5 minutes is a lot of time, but given the fact that Azamat is a little more patient and Tafon is durable. You know, he's durable. I do believe he's durable. I'm gonna go with either fight starts round 2 or over 1.5, but it's not an official play yet. I'm not brave enough. Okay, but I do like the fight starts round 2, which will be available to me once I cross the bridge, and I'm in New Jersey later on today. So that's a little bit more probably juiced, and as long as it's not over 250, I'm gonna go with that. Now moving down, the next fight is Mckinney versus Chris Motino. Nothing's changed. I think it's, you know, a very, very low level type of fight, and the overline on this one is a possibility. Am I confident in that? Not particularly. Here's your over 2.5. Take it how you will. If there's gonna be a finish, I might favor Guido Mckinney here a little bit more. Being, like I said, he just has more experience being with the tougher competition, you know, versus Chris Motino. Granted, he's losing the last 3 fights. Guido Mckinney, that is. I still gonna stay with that because, you know, besides having, you know, durability, what did Chris Motino really show? He couldn't close the gap with Sean O'Malley. He couldn't take him down. He really didn't do anything to impress me except take punches to the face. With that, everything being said, I'm not financially invested in here, and we're just gonna move down the path, right? So nothing really changed here. Let's go back, and here I do have a pick, and I'm gonna let you know: Cody Brundage versus Doncha Logimbula. Okay, I think that was much better. So let's go over here. I do have a pick, so look at my where the mouse cursor is. So will the fight go to distance? I am going to say no as the official pick at -160, and I like that. You know, Cody finished out of his 6 wins, 5 of them were finishes, and Lemingula, if you look over here, out of 11 wins, 6 wins by stoppage. So whether it was like 3 KOs or 3 submissions, he could go to distance. I'm just hoping it's not gonna happen. Coming off a loss, I think Dalcha wants to finish the fight, and you know, looking at the face-offs, he looked really serious. Actually, we can take a look. Take a look how serious he was over here. Let's take a look. Here's Cody Brundage, and let's take a look at Dalcha Lemingula. I mean, he looks too muscled up, too beastie. Cody Brundage is, you know, yeah, it's gonna be a firefight. I don't expect this to go to distance. I don't know. It's gonna be too much going on over here. I think the firepower of coming from both guys, just, you know, 27 years old Cody, he's gonna have, you know, a lot of testosterone. He wants to defend, you know, his ground. Dalcha wants to win. He wants to really, really win. Coming off that, you know, unanimous decision win for Marc-Andre Barriot. So, okay, we're going to favor nobody here. I am slightly leaning on Dalcha, a.k.a. the champion. So we're going to say it's not going to go to distance at -160, and I'm actually very, very content with that. Moving down along, because this video is not long. We don't want to keep here. We have Sabina Mazo, Miranda Maverick. Man, Sabina Mazo is tall compared to Maverick. Let's take a look over here. Here are the two ladies. Here's Miranda Maverick. I do have Miranda Maverick already locked in a parlay, which I disclosed to you. So, but look at that. I mean, it's almost like half a head. You know, Sabina looking very confident. And Maverick, you know, she's very tough. Hard taking her, you know, taking Sabina Mazo will be the greatest factor in here to consider, because fight goes to the ground, I am gonna favor Miranda Maverick overwhelmingly, and that's it. That's all we gotta say. And this is why she's such a high favorite, because that's the biggest factor, and Maverick can do that as long as she doesn't get clipped with that high head kick that Sabina Mazo possesses, and you know, being that long, you know, 4.5 reach advantage here. Keeping the fight. It's going to be a good fight. It's a good fight, but I don't like Sabina Mazo, and I hope she loses. So the pick still here is Miranda Maverick, but the line is too crazy. So play once and forget it. So if you're going to play Miranda Maverick, play her once and don't look back, okay? That's pretty it. pretty much it. She's currently minus 320 on FanDuel. Going forward, Damian Jackson, Camila Kirk, pardon me. Damian Jackson is a great finisher. Camila Kirk is not afraid to finish. I think this fight is going to be fire from both sides. I don't expect this to go to distance as well. Do I have this? Damian Jackson, yes. Damian Jackson, Camila Kirk. Fight doesn't go to distance at plus money. I am taking a very big risk here because when you have two finishers, it kind of they balance each other out. But just giving the amount of finishes among the two, I think I think they might just gonna have to perform here tonight, and we're gonna take the plus money at the fight doesn't go to distance at plus 106, and that's an official pick for that fight, and official prop pick. Let me clarify. Going forward, we got Trevin Jones versus Javid Basharat. I told you I like the money line on Basharat. You know, I know he's undefeated. I know he's just coming off a good submission from the Contender Series. And 5-star Trevin Jones, one thing I know about him, he is explosive. With that being said, I like this fight not going to distance too. And I think I'm not the only one, given the volatility of these two guys. The fight doesn't go to distance. It's currently at minus 192. So if you want to parlay this, which I really do, and I probably will, I do like that pick as well. So here it is. Did I take that out? No, I didn't. There you go. So will the fight, here's a pick on the ticket. Will the fight go to distance at minus 192? And it's in the ticket. So I do like that. I do. That's all I got to say about that. So it's either money line for me at minus 150-ish for Basharat. And he is currently at minus 148. If you want to take that, you want to take a dog, you could take a dog. I really don't give a damn. Give me the fight not going to distance. Somebody kill each other, and yeah, let's do that. Let's move down along. It's crazy, right? I'm literally capping a lot of fights here as I go down, but it is what it is. Here's one I won't. JJ Aldred, Jillian Roberson. I am not gonna cap at all. I'm just gonna say hell no. I'm not touching anything. I am leaning Jillian Roberson. I'm just not brave enough to even touch that fight. Matt Semelsberger, I called him Semelsberger. I apologize, man. Please don't knock me out. He looks really scary at the weigh-ins and the face-offs. He's going to be a much bigger dude, and we're going to take a look at it right now. Here's the face-offs. Oh, yeah, and by the way, just quickly, when you got a guy coming with this type of hair, you know it's going to be performance. I hope there's going to be a lot of fire going on. Here's our fight that we're currently talking about. Here is Semelsberger versus the Ghost, AJ Fletcher. You know, yeah, a lot of things going on over here, man. A lot of testosterone going on over here, and you can see the physicality. Physicality, man, speaks volumes. I think Semelsberger is just a much bigger guy, much more experience. He's been through a much better competition overall, surviving Chaos Williams, which is very hard to do, believe it or not. He's been knocking people out, so AJ Fletcher just hasn't fought the same type of level. If you really look at his profile, you know, he has been fighting a bunch of cans, and it's nothing against him because, you know, at the regional, you kind of have to climb slowly. But again, I don't know. Is he a finisher? Yeah. This one also, if you look at the line, it would probably suggest the fight not going the distance, but the value is not very, very good there. How will the fight end? KO minus 150 is probably the best value if you believe in a KO. But again, the submission is live there as well. But I kind of like the KO. Method of victory is another one that you may want to stab. Matthew Semelsberger by KO is currently plus 140. I thought about it, but at the end of the day, I'd just rather take the money line, and hence it's in my parlay. I'm going to stay true here. Matthew Semelsberger at minus 200, and that's going to be on the ticket. So I'm just going to cap it off that way. Moving down along, we're approaching a 15-minute mark, and we're not doing so bad. So we're at fight number 9. Bruno Silva taking on Alex Pereira. And do I have anything here for that one? Yes, I have officially decided to go with under 1.5 at minus 180. Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva, which I'm not very confident. I'm actually extremely afraid of that. I'll tell you why. Because if the fight goes into the second round. If the fight goes into the second round, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be dicey. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off this ticket because I do have it in DraftKings, and I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna be very patient. I'm gonna reduce the legs to 6 legs, and this came to me literally right now. So let's think alternate rounds in that fight at under 2.5, which is available in DraftKings. So let's go over to DraftKings really quick, and here's the ticket. I have parlayed that under 2.5 that I just mentioned, which is Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva under 2.5. It's currently at minus 400. I know I got to pay a lot for that. That's very chalky. So I'm going to hope to tell you that since I told you the fight starts round 2 lean from the first fight, I'm going to combine it over here. I'm just hoping it goes 2.5 minutes. For Tafon versus Azamat. Let's survive the first half a round, which is 2.5 minutes at minus 750. Extremely crazy, but we need to squeeze the lemon here. And then we're going to throw in back that Semelsberger, and I'm hoping for war in there. I'm hoping for a grand finale, grand finish, and I'm going to take that also under 2.5, and I'm going to parlay this all together for a plus 3-leg round parlay at plus 122. So that's how I was able to go about that fight. Looked everywhere else and capped it in here. Now, you could say I should have taken one of the girls' fight, go to distance, and that's probably the best way to go, but I'm just going to hope the guys finish the fights over there. So that's all I got to say about that. Moving down along, Drew Dober and Terence Mckinney. One play that stood out for me at the last minute is the over 1.5. Sneaky play, dangerous play, but it's the kind of the best value I could find. So over 1.5, considering Dober's durability, considering enough of Terence Mckinney to go that extra mile if need be. Hopefully, fingers crossed at minus 124. And I'm going to take Dober versus Mckinney sneaky play at minus 124 over 1.5 rounds, and that's pretty much it. I couldn't find anything else. Obviously, you may a lot. Mckinney is the people's champion right now. He's darling in this fight. However, you cannot count out Drew Dober in this fight, and the bigger. As more money is coming in on Mckinney, you may want to back Dober, believe it or not. So it was brought down. The line moved. We can actually look at the line movement. Let me refresh the best fight odds lines, and here we are. Let's go to Dober fight. It's right here. Here's Dober. This is the FanDuel line. So here's Dober starting at minus 240, and it's just been, diluted to minus 162. So taking Dober minus 240 nobody was doing. But now that we're closer to the fight minus 162, you may want to consider, because if it gets dicey, if it goes into that over 1.5 into the third round, I'm telling you, Mckinney coming off on a short back-to-back. I don't know if his cardio is going to hold up. We haven't seen him lately going there. Now, does he have the ability? Out of 12 fights, Mckinney has gone no decision wins. He's a finisher. He's a bona fide finisher. 7 submissions, 3 KOs. I mean, yeah. So I'm just hoping he doesn't kill Dober prior to that. And if he does, which is great for me because I got Terence Mckinney as a dog on another line. So I'm Gucci either way. So we're gonna say that over 1.5, sneaky dog, sneaky play here. Fight number 11, Khalil Roundtree versus Roberson. This is a fun fight. I see Dober pass. Khalil at plus money, but I'm not even brave enough to touch that. There's nothing else I can tell you about that. So, fight number 12, Alex Caceres versus Sadiq Youssef. This one is great. This one is actually really, really great. I like Sadiq Youssef. I like the possibility of over, but because I got Sadiq Youssef in several fights, I don't even have it here. There's no point, right? Why do that to yourself? So, my advice is if you love Alex Caceres, money line is the pick. Don't even think about anything else. If you like Sadiq Youssef, money line is the pick. Even though it's super juiced, but just parlay him. It's gonna be almost impossible to take him straight up. At least for me, I'm not confident. And just take the best two-legger. That's all you need with Sadiq Youssef. Two-legger. You don't need anything else. 2 legs, please. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that fight. Now, moving down along. I'm going kind of fast, right? I haven't done this in a while, but it's fine. We're in the co-main event, and we're at 20 minutes. We're doing good. This video is gonna be under 25 minutes. So, because it's last minute, nobody got time for that, right? I don't. It's 11 o'clock. I got to take a shower and off to the battle. So now, Marlon Moraes taking Yadong Song. What can I tell you? Low-key, fight now going the distance is probably what's on everybody's mind. So let's explore that. So let's take a look. Here it is. Fight doesn't go the distance at minus 290. So dicey, but it is what it is. I don't like it. So and because of that, I have a straight. Not a straight. Oh, let me take that back. I got a money line pick at Yadong Song. I think I grabbed him early. Let me see. I grabbed him early enough. Zedong right here. This is FanDuel. So I think I grabbed him. You know what? I think I grabbed him at 250. That was Thursday. I grabbed him at 250. Yes, I remember correctly. I grabbed Zedong at 250 in a 4-leg parlay. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So Zedong money line would be for me. I just don't trust Marlon Moraes anymore. Can he come out and surprise us? Yes, but it's so hard. 33 years old at bantamweight, And I didn't like the body positions. Here's Marlon Moraes. We can take a look. I'll make this bigger. Here's Marlon, stretching his back, looking straight. And it's so hard, it's so hard. I feel bad for Marlon. I actually like the guy. I think he's a really, really cool dude. But Zedong, I think his volume alone, if he cannot, and he's very, very tough, right? Very durable. If he's not going to get finished by Marlon, and if this is a points game, I see Zedong, man. I'll be a lie if I don't see it, but damn, so bad, right? It is what it is. We're gonna go with Song. I think money line and not change anything. And finally, we made it. Or we're almost there. Under 25 minutes, I promise you. Thiago Santos versus Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed money line is probably is on everybody's line, and hence it's so juiced. But I think at this point nobody wants to touch it because it's getting out of hand. It's kind of disgusting right now, right? You don't even want to look at that line. Minus 620. I did see it at minus 650. So I don't know if I have it in me to play this. At this point, I did have Magomed at minus 550. So that's as far as I was gonna go. So that's the end of a parlay for me as a 4-leg parlay. And that's it. I'm not going to take him anywhere else. At this point, last minute, the only thing I'm going to tell you is you may want to consider the alternate rounds in here. So let's go back to DraftKings, because I think DraftKings has a better alternates. Let's go to alternate rounds over here. Let's go to the main event. Scroll down, and here is the main event. You have the under 4.5 if you don't believe it's going a distance at minus 145, and that's not a bad play. I just, like I said, because I have Magomed in 2 parlays, I just don't need to play that, but it's something you want to consider because 38 years old Thiago Santos, you got to ask yourself, can he go 5 rounds? And let's say it goes past the 3rd round into that 4th round, you got to ask yourself how much of damage has been inflicted by Magomed at that point. You know what I'm saying? And if it's an early finish, I will say that Thiago Santos will be the pick, but it's gonna be hard. I hope he gets finished early. So, to be honest, and it's gonna sound bad, but I hope he gets finished really, really early. We're gonna say that under 4.5 to me sounds pretty good, because the current line at 3.5 at FanDuel, I'm just not confident, to be honest. I'm just not confident. It's like a coin flip, right? Over 3.5 or under 3.5. So I'd rather pay a little more, which is minus 145, under 4.5, and call it a day, to be honest. Now, will the fight go to distance? Is probably the safest bet if you thinking that way, but it's minus 180. So that's your, as high as a straight bet in this value, and that's the best value that I can probably say. Again, 38 years old, going full distance with Magomed. Magomed can go to distance, but he has it's not a 5 rounds. He's been going to distance in 3 rounds. If this was a 3-round fight, I'll probably say it has great potential to go to distance. But as we get into the the 4th and 5th round, if we get that far, I don't know. I don't know if Thiago Santos is going to be in a position to survive the constant beating, maybe takedowns. I don't know. But I'm going to say the best value that I found at FanDuel is minus 180. The fight doesn't go to distance. And if you want to buy a little bit of juice, under 4.5, alternate play at DraftKings. So with that being said, this concludes my video. I'm going to thank every single person who's going to check out this last minute play. And I'm wishing everybody the best of luck. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the fights. Don't go too crazy. Play in moderation. There's no need to go heavy. There's no need to overexert yourself. If you coming in with plus money, take the plus money. Enjoy the plus money. And yes, just enjoy today. That's the key. Enjoy today. Don't stress yourself out. Don't money chase. If you started bad already, don't money chase. That's the biggest thing. Maybe you want to switch game plans and look for college basketball. Tons of action today. If you want to get on Bellator, tons of action. But if you want some UFC, I gave you the best possible lines. I know I told you under 25 minutes. We're at 27. So you know what? Battle Cage, your boy Scythe concluded. Come on in, get that money tonight, baby. We out. That's it. Have a good one. I'm out.